Hello, family. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Kia Pruitt. It is July the 24th, 2024, and the time is 3:47 p.m. Welcome back. I see some of you have found my new YouTube channel. Thank you so much. I'm excited. I'm getting all types of information here and all types of texts and messages. But welcome back. This is July the 24th, and some people are saying this is actually Christmas Eve. Now, I'm not sure which calendar it is, but allegedly this is Christmas Eve, and some people are saying we could have an emergency broadcasting system announcement either tonight or very soon. We'll see, because we were told that we would have an emergency broadcast system announcement during Christmas in July. So let's see what happens. But we do know, and we have reported this, that there's a lot of mayhem going on right now at the White House and around the Capitol. So stay with me a little bit. I won't be on here long, but let me first say thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. Welcome, whether you found me on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, or Twitter. As you know, my old YouTube channel, the one that you all usually see me on, was just completely deleted. It was deleted by somebody, the YouTube Nazis, I suppose, but I do have a new YouTube channel, and my handle is at Dr. Kia Pruitt Official, or you can just type in Dr. Kia Pruitt and you will find my new YouTube channel. I am also on Rumble, and I'll pull up those links for you in a few minutes. So welcome, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night. What is going on at the Capitol, family? We know that there are police in riot gear right now fighting off thousands of anti-Israel protesters. But let me take a step back and report some of the things that I had told you this morning when we came on live, and that is that the White House, it was completely barricaded. We showed you what that looked like this morning, but just in case you didn't get to see it, let me show you, because we knew they were preparing for something. We just didn't know what it was. And when we looked it up, it said there was one news article that said Biden was going to give a speech today about him stepping down and pulling out of the presidential race. Then we saw another article that said that Kamala Harris may be giving the speech. But then we saw an article that sounded a little more credible, and that was the one that said that Netanyahu of Israel was going to Washington to give a speech today. And so maybe that is why the barricades are there. So let me show you the barricades. We showed you this on this morning, just so you can see what it looks like around DC at the. See that? I'll show you again. Hello? Hey, I'm live right now. No, no, no. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you. So stay with me, family, because we just got more news that came to my phone. So those are the barricades that were up, and I'll show you an article that explains why they're up. I showed you that early this morning when I came on around, I don't know if it was 8 o'clock, but we know that there's a lot of chaos going on right now at the Capitol, which could bring in an emergency broadcast system announcement. So it says U.S. Capitol braces for massive anti-Israel protests around Netanyahu's speech. I don't know what made them think there would be a protest just because Netanyahu was speaking, unless the deep state allowed this to happen and paid them and paid agents to come there. So this was this morning. This was breaking news at actually this was yesterday when they first started talking about the barricades, and then this morning there are other articles that talked about why they were having barricades there. But authorities are bracing the United States Capitol complex for widespread anti-Israel protests ahead of Israel's prime minister's Wednesday address to Congress. Forklift diesel engine were humming and drowned out by deafening rings of steel barricades clanging together as the sun set over Washington, D.C. last night and on Monday. Despite an unexpected heavy rainstorm, laborers wearing bright yellow reflective safety vests worked in a well-orchestrated rhythmic method to unload flatbed trucks carrying thousands of metal gates. So they were preparing for riots, just like they were during the shutdown, during the pandemic, when they had stones and bricks sitting there waiting for protesters to act a fool and throw the stones and bricks. So according to the articles, they had the barricade there because they were anticipating that something was going to happen. And of course, as you know, something did happen. Police are now, right now, as we speak, in riot gear, fighting with thousands of protesters that are approaching the United States Capitol. And I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. So, how did police even get there? Well, before we show you what that looks like, we showed you an article this morning that said 200 New York police, 200 of New York City's finest cops who were highly trained and highly specialized were going to be at the Capitol waiting on protesters there. So I'll show you that article in just a minute. It sounds to me like they knew that something was going to go on there. And here we are. I'll go ahead and show you this what the protests look like, and then I'll bring up that article. This is just like what it looked like in Louisville, Kentucky, downtown Louisville in 2020 during a global pandemic when protesters were rallying for George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Chaotic, just like this, gunshots going off, pellets going off, police officers there, National Guard everywhere, and protesters were acting a fool, throwing bombs at the police. Police were on horses. It was maybe even a little more chaotic in Louisville, Kentucky. So this is what's going on at the Capitol right now. The Capitol Police are fighting thousands of protesters who are anti-Israel protesters. And then now I'm going to show you a video where the Capitol Police have declared the protest to be violent. So the protesters are out of control. The Capitol Police have declared them violent, according to someone on YouTube, Twitter by the name of Nick Sortor, who says that thousands of anti-Israel protesters are trying to get to the Capitol building. So again, Capitol Police, this is just saying, breaking news, have declared the protesters to be very violent as thousands of them, anti-Israel protesters, try to get to the Capitol building. So let me show you that right quick. Keep checking in, family. Welcome. Here you go. His name is Nick Sortor, so you might want to follow him on Twitter, and I'll show you what it looks like with this protest.
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. peace.
So this is a war cry from Antifa-like people and Black Lives Matter people. No justice, no peace. I'm surprised they haven't started doing this in mass with the African American woman that was allegedly shot by cops and unalived the other day. I know there were some smaller protests that were coming, that were starting to gather, but I guess they didn't take off like people thought it would. So now we have protests here at the Capitol. So let me get out. And we reported for you early this morning that 200 police, 200, my phone is ringing off the hook, 200 of New York's finest, highly trained, highly specialized police officers were actually told to go to the Capitol and prepare for Netanyahu's speech. Just one second. I'll see if I can find that for you. It is a Twitter post. So let me see. And this is by New York City's deputy commissioner, actually, who put up that information to say what was going on. Hold on. With the New York City police. Here you go. On Twitter, NYPD deputy commissioner Operation Cat's Daughtery says more than 200 of NYPD's finest are in DC and have been sworn in as United States Capitol Police special officers to assist in policing events this week at our nation's capital. These officers are some of the most highly trained and from some of the most specialized units in the department, and will use their knowledge and expertise to assist our law enforcement partners in DC. No matter the task, no matter the assignment, no matter how far from home, your NYPD will answer the call, ensure that the public is safe and that democracy is protected. And he put hashtag we outside too, DC edition. So here you see them swearing in New York finest NYPD police officers, over 200 of them. There you go.
Swear or affirm. Swear or affirm. That I will support. And defend the Constitution. Of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. And that I will. Well and faithfully discharge. The duties of the office. On which I am about to enter. So help me God. So I'm going to read you your declaration of appointment. By the authority of the Chief of Police, J. Thomas Manger, of the United States Capitol Police, pursuant to the authority granted by Title II, U.S. Code, Section 1974, I appoint you as United States Capitol Police Special Officer for the period of July 23rd, 2024, at 1500 hours to July 25th, 2024 at 0700. Thank you.
So did you catch that? They were sworn in and it seemed like they were supposed to serve from yesterday, the 23rd through the 25th. And if indeed it's true that according to one of the calendars, this is Christmas Eve on tonight, then we probably will expect something to happen between today and tomorrow, Christmas Day, the alleged real Christmas Day. And so there you go with your Christmas in July. What are we to expect? Will we have an emergency broadcast system announcement? This just in, it says reinforcements from NYPD arrived at the United States Capitol as DC police still hundreds of cops short. Oh, so the DC police were hundreds of cops short, and this is why reinforcement was sent in from NYPD. The reinforcement will help handle protesters that were expected for Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu's address to Congress. What in the world could Netanyahu be saying to Congress in his address or in his speech that will cause protesters to riot and 200 or so additional police from New York police department to come here and stave off protesters. What in the world is going on, family? Put it in the description section what you think is going on, or here in the chat. Let me see what else is going on. Oh, Lord, here we go. Okay, this one I have to show you. If I can, I'll see if I can. Okay, so this is what's going on, family. It says Palestinian protesters tear down the American flag and replace it with a Palestinian flag outside Union States in Washington, D.C. Palestinian protesters tear down the American flag and replace it with the Palestinian flag outside Union Station in DC. I'll see if you can see the. So not allegedly, apparently busloads of Palestinians came in. Let me see if I can find that. To DC. Yep. I guess in anticipation for this speech. Buses from Chicago area head to DC. National DC Palestinian protest bus registration. What? Okay, let me see if I can find a recent. Okay, that looked like 2 days ago. We are in the red line free Palestinian. I'm trying to see if I can find recent articles that say this. National March on Washington, D.C., Free Palestine. That looks like an older article. So this was on Telegram. I'll show you what I have on Telegram. From SGT News Network. You can see it. No, that doesn't help. Sorry, family. So allegedly, what it looks like, it says is Palestinian protesters tore down American flags. How are you going to tear down American flags on our soil? Okay, that's going to bring in the National Guard, the likes of which they have never seen before. National Guard and the military. You don't tear down our flag on our land, even if they consider DC to be foreign or an entity that has nothing to do with America. It's on this soil. You don't tear down our flag. And then they replace it with the Palestinian flag. So this is crazy, family. We really might have some type of state of emergency declared and an EBS or emergency broadcast system announcement. So just be prepared. Let's keep our emotions in check. You know, maybe that's why some of our channels are being taken down. Maybe they don't want this information covered by news that's not mainstream media, by independent journalists. I don't know. And out here, I'm not the only one that had my YouTube channel taken down. So this is my new YouTube channel, Dr. Kia Pruitt, or the handle is at Dr. Kia Pruitt Official. So thank you for tuning in. I see 233 people in the chat. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and forward the video. All right, here's another one that says, this is from TikTok. A group called Combat is visiting companies removing illegal foreigners from the workplace and workplace positions on July 22nd, 2024. I wonder if I could. I want to close that line. Here we go. So I'll play that for you one more time. Hold on. A group called Combat is visiting companies removing illegal foreigners from the workplace and workplace positions on the 22nd of July. So a lot, it just looks like a lot is going on. Yes, we are live, family. So again, you have 200 police officers that swore in yesterday or the day before to come in and to help with the DC Police Department to keep the peace and to stave off the anti-Israel protesters. So you saw in the swearing in, they said they would serve the on the 23rd through the 25th. So that would have been yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And allegedly, today is Christmas Eve. So we don't know the real Christmas Eve, according to certain calendars. So we don't know what to expect. And it really could be some type of emergency broadcast system announcement. And in case you missed it, this is what the protests look like. So it looked like they knew that it was going to get out of hand because Netanyahu was speaking, but I still don't know why Netanyahu speaking there would cause some type of protest. Thank you, Sister Lisa. Yes, Israel's prime minister is speaking at the Capitol today, and he's addressing Congress. What is he going to say? I don't know, but this sounds very realistic. The spiritual Viking ascent is central casting, so they're going to stage all type of things, like black flag, false flag events, black swan events, all this mayhem and chaos in order to get the National Guard on the ground. I mean, I guess they have to come up with a reason, right? We already know the National Guard has been on the ground since 2020, probably before then, but we know it was public information that they were on the ground around 2020 during the global shutdown. So they usually usher in some type of black swan event right before they crash a financial system and then go into a new financial system and go back to another empire or back to the republic. So at the end of every empire, they rack up the debt, they spend up as much money as they can, they print up as much money as they can, they buy themselves assets, and then they crash the system and then go to a sound monetary system, mainly the gold standard. So it's called the crack up boom at the end of every empire. And they almost always have some type of black swan event before they go back to a go back system. I don't know why these chaotic nimcompoos, weirdos do that kind of thing, but they do. So this could be indeed the black swan event and the false flag event that we've been waiting on. We've been told that we will have military on the ground. We could have some type of curfew. Flights would be grounded. We will have mainstream media shut off. And we saw them testing all that just a couple of days ago. So, but we were told that would happen. We were told it would happen before the 2020 pandemic. I showed you the article that I printed before it happened. I said, it's going to happen. Go ahead and get food and water and get your supplies. And it sounded like absurd because it hadn't even been declared any type of state of emergency at all or any type of pandemic. But somebody took what I wrote on Facebook and put it in a news outsource. They actually sent it to a lot of different sources and it went viral. And then 2 days later, we had a global shutdown. So I'm just encouraging you right now to do the same thing. Get water, get food. If you have money in the bank and you think you might need to go to the store to get some supplies, go ahead and do that because people might start acting a fool. They might start rioting, especially if you have ATMs to run out of money or you have them to close down the streets and ask or demand that people stay in the house. Some people might start panicking. and they might start rushing to the store. You won't have to be involved in any of that if you're already home. Yes, we're live, my darling. Our flag is presently compromised. All right. BB will be arrested for sure. Thank you so much. New Earth says, we love you, Dr. Kia. Thank you. I love you more. Somebody says, sorry, I'm all over the place. You know what, Ida? We all are all over the place. It's like, what is going to happen? It's like so many things kicked off this event. We had a couple of months ago, the chair of the FDIC stepped down. We had the End the Fed Act brought by Thomas Massey, Representative Thomas Massey from Kentucky. Then we had the day after that, we had Jerome Powell to say he was stepping down, the chair of the, I think it's the chair of the Federal Reserve. We had a couple of days later, we had JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon said he's going to step down. We have the BRICS coalition, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa growing and expanding and encouraging all nations to drop the dollar and use their own local currencies for trade and to back up those currencies with gold. We had all countries all over the globe to repatriate their gold back to themselves from the Vatican and support their currencies with this gold. We had in the States over 45 states to reclaim silver and gold as money by repealing or removing the state sales tax from precious metals. That article came out later, but I've been reporting this for years that it was going to happen since 2015. And then each year or each few years, I kept telling everybody which states were adding to that list of dropping or repealing state sales tax from the precious sales of precious metals. And then 2 years ago, I said, now it's 42 states that repealed the state sales tax from the sales of precious metals. So I said, it's over. It's a wrap for the United States dollar, because not only did BRICS drop the dollar, but now in America, you have 42 states to remove the state sales tax from the sales of precious metals. When you remove or repeal taxes from metals, what you're doing is acknowledging them as money, reclaiming silver and gold as money, because it's unlawful and unconstitutional to tax silver and gold as money. So I've been all through the years reporting it as state after state drop or repeal the state sales taxes. And then 2 years ago, I said it's 42 states now. Then when it was then Mississippi was the 43rd state. I announced that. And then Wyoming became the 44th state. I announced that. I think it was Wyoming. And then Kentucky, where I raised my kids, was the 45th state. You can find all this online. And I announced that. And now the Sound Money Defense League says it is over 45 states that have repealed or removed the state sales taxes from the sales of precious metals. So you have all this going on in a monetary system with BRICS, and then in America, states, which according to our republic they're actually countries removing state sales taxes from precious metals. So that's what's going on in the financial sector. Then you had 33 states to say it's unlawful to put a capital gains tax on precious metals, and that the IRS could no longer do that because that's unlawful. Then you had the Chevron deference or the Chevron doctrine overturned by the Supreme Court of the United States. You had the reproductive rights or the abortion overturned by the Supreme Court of the United States. You got so much going on. You have Biden coming down with the CV, the sickness. You have rumors coming out yesterday that he had passed away or his character had passed away. You had documents that I showed you that he really passed away in 2018 at Guantanamo Bay. You have Epstein's stuff going on and people coming out being on Epstein's island. You have John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. coming out to declare his father's legacy and write the book called Stolen Identity. I'm sorry, you got to read this book called Stolen Identity by John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr., unveiling the real John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. story. I've had him on my podcast a couple times, and I've reviewed this book, because he talks about what goes on with the cabal, the deep state, and the so-called elite at the highest levels of government. And in the beginning of his book, he says, he puts his father's quote in there, John Fitzgerald Kennedy Sr.'s quote in there. And that quote is from JFK Sr., "There is a plot to enslave every man, woman, and child. But before I leave this high noble office, I will expose that plot. and then they assassinated him because he exposed that plot of how they enslaved us. He exposed the central banking system, the Federal Reserve central banking system. He sided with African Americans and said that he was against racism and he stood for civil rights. They had to get rid of him, the deep state. So they took his son, who was supposed to be in protective custody after they killed his father, uh, and they did all type of things because Secret Service, CIA, FBI, all these people who're supposed to protect you, they're a part of the cabal. The whole government is evil. They're all wicked. They're all evil. They're all sinister group of gangster, bankster, mafiosos. They sexually assaulted him. They abused him. They sold him to another family because he was just a child when his father passed. They got rid of his mother and replaced her. They got rid of his sister and replaced her. They got rid of many of his whole bloodline. But his mom had paid the Hells Angels to protect him. And so he went through a whole lot because he's from the Hells Angels to protective custody. And all throughout his life, he's abused and going through ritualistic trauma and MK Ultra. You all to know by now that this stuff is real because actors have come out and talked about it. So you got all this stuff coming out. And as soon as he comes out with his book and his information, stuff just even go crazier. They don't want people to know the truth. He even said that Donald Trump, that we see every day, is a clone or a body double or somebody who's a stand-in, because Donald Trump was his cousin. And according to John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr., he passed away in 1989 in a helicopter crash. And that's not new news, actually, because what's Benjamin's name? Benjamin Fulford said the same thing. Benjamin Fulford been saying it for years. He is a geopolitical analyst who wrote for Forbes and actually published and was an editor of Forbes in Japan. He lives in Japan now. Benjamin Fulford been saying that, and people said, yeah, whatever, that doesn't sound right. So whoever is playing the Trump role or Trump act is, we hope, doing the right thing. And it looks like he's doing the right thing. And we know that there are many characters playing Trump. We can tell there's at least 5 of them, just like there are many characters playing Biden. So much craziness is going on that I can see why you're all over the place, Ida. I am too. But what I'm doing right now is telling my emotions to stay in control. I'm going to keep myself balanced, and I'm going to do the right thing by keeping my vibrations raised, listen to some good music, stay encouraged, and only surround myself with people that has high vibrational energy. So again, just in case you're just tuning in, there are barricades at the White House. I showed you that video, what it looks like. And this was anticipation of Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, giving a speech and an address to Congress. Why did they think it would be some type of mayhem that would pop off? I don't know. It's central casting, some of you are saying. And maybe they paid these actors, which is something that they do. So there are barricades right there. And then I also showed you 200 of New York City finest cops who are highly specialized and highly trained to swear in an oath to serve and protect at the Capitol and to help the Capitol Police at DC, because DC is experiencing a shortage. So 200 police are there. And then I showed you how violent it appears that they're getting there in DC, and how thousands were rushing the Capitol and in kind of like a face-off or a standoff with the police. So at the same time, you have massive crowds that are waiting for President Trump's rally in North Carolina tonight. And this is just a few hours away. But they said thousands are waiting on Donald Trump. And I'll show you one particular person's account where he says thousands are waiting for Trump. So Trump is going to speak tonight. It's just so much, family. Let's see if I can find that for you. Here we are. This is Nick Sortor again. Let me see. So they're waiting for President Trump to give a speech in North Carolina. I don't know what North Carolina represents, but we shall see what happens during that speech. And then also, if you missed it, let me show you how there were Palestinian buses that came into DC, I guess to face off or have a standoff or a face off with the to stand off against the police and to say something against Netanyahu. But Palestinian protesters tear down the American flag and replace it with the Palestinian flag outside of Union Station in DC. Central casting, you guys are saying. So, on one hand, it looks like this is chaos and mayhem, but on the other hand, we did say that the military was in control. And I showed you that video, but it was on my YouTube channel. It was on my YouTube channel that they scrubbed. I showed you a video that showed I might have it, the article that says that the military is in control. Let me see if I saved it in my email. Sometimes I save those things. I hope I did. Military. We are under military operation. I may have. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here is a PDF file that shows that we are under military operation. And then there was something that was published on June the 9th as well on the whitehouse.gov website. But let me show you this PDF here. Public Law 118-31, National Defense Authorization Act for the fiscal year of 2024. It's an act to authorize appropriation for the fiscal year 2024 for military activities of the Department of Defense and for military construction and for defense activities of the Department of Energy to provide military personnel strength for such fiscal year and for other purposes. Be it enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled. Section 1, short title. This act may be cited as the National Defense Authorization Act for the fiscal year of 2024. The organization of the act is in divisions, and here are the table of contents, and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to show you the document that proves that we are under a military operation right now, but I'll leave that in the description section for you so you can read it at your leisure. Somebody says, enjoy the show. I'm sick of the show. I've run out of popcorn. I'm tired. For real, Spiritual Viking, I'm trying so hard to enjoy this show. I just want it to be over. But to your point, this is central casting. They're allowing all this to play out. They say to wake up the normies, so that people can see just how deep, dark, and sinister these so-called elite folks were. So with the Palestinians allegedly coming into Washington by the boatload, by the busloads, tearing down the American flag, that's going to be a problem. That's going to be a huge flag. You don't compromise the flag like that. You don't disrespect the flag. So that probably would bring in the National Guard family, and it could cause some type of state of emergency. It could cause the country to be shut down. It could cause a lot of things. This might be the Black Swan event. People might start protesting all over the country. Who knows? Who knows? So let me show you this article that I published right before we had a shutdown in 2020, because I think it's still appropriate for today. Let me show you for what's going on right now, because this can get out of hand. I was saying that the CV, remember it was called Corona, it's a cover, and that the planet was being cleansed. So what happened was I had been on Facebook talking about how we were going to have a Black Swan event and the whole world was going to be shut down. And we were told that the military would be on the ground, National Guard would be on the ground. We might have curfew, something could pop off. And I have been saying this for, for this happened in 2020. I want to say I've been saying it since 2017. It could happen. Well, early March 2020, I posted it on my Facebook. I would just felt inspired to say, okay, I've been saying this for a long time. Let me just put it in one post on Facebook. And then days later, somebody took it and they uploaded it to a then underground independent journalist source called Operation Disclosure. And they sent it to a popular YouTube channel back then that was called, what was it called? And We Know. And it was sent to many, many churches. I didn't even know it was sent to, people were calling me from all over the world, the country and the world. They were inboxing me, sending me messages. People were going off on me on Twitter. Friends who had told me I was crazy all these years saying we're going to have a global shutdown. All of a sudden, people who had unfriended me on Facebook were calling me like, we saw your article. I saw your article in Phoenix. I saw your article in Nevada. I saw your article. They was naming all these different places, different people. I'm like, what article? They were like, the article you submitted to Operation Disclosure. It went to all the churches, all the big corporations, all the independent news sources. I said, I didn't send anything to Operation Disclosure. So when they sent me the article, I was like, oh, I put that on my Facebook page. And Twitter had a field day going off on me saying, I'm a fake doctor. What does she have her doctorate in? Who does she think she is? They took a snapshot of me, of something that said I had a doctorate in education and psychology, saying I was not a geopolitical analyst. So, as a psychologist and educator, I didn't know what I was talking about. Oh, they went all in on me. Days later, the whole planet, the whole, world and all the government shut down. And here is what I said in that article. Somebody took it off my Facebook page and uploaded it in Operation Disclosure. The date that they uploaded it was Thursday, the 12th of March, 2020. And that was the day before they declared the CV a global pandemic. And so it says it was submitted by Mr. Ed. I don't even know who that is. And the source was Rumor Mills by Dr. Kia Pruitt via email. So somebody took it off my Facebook page, sent it to Mr. Ed. Mr. Ed sent the email to Operation Disclosure. I said, we were told years ago that there would be an event that would quarantine America and possibly the planet in order to make global mass arrests. We were encouraged to stock up on food, water, and supplies. We were also instructed to remain calm. Martial law may be implemented to keep people off the streets while these arrests occur. Schools would be closed, flights grounded, airports closed, etc. Why? Because the people being arrested for participating in corruption and worldwide pedophilia and human trafficking, crimes against humanity, treason, erderme, rape, etc., is massive, and it affects every aspect of our society. This includes Hollywood entertainers, the NBA and NFL, athletes and staff, politicians, pastors, bankers, CEOs, corporate heads, school officials, coaches, and educators. Some of your doctors, lawyers, judges, college professors, school teachers, police officers, and chiefs, firemen, business owners, airport workers, pilots, bankers, priests, everyday people are currently being arrested for the crimes that they committed against humanity. A lot of them are involved in nefarious behaviors and secret societies, so the masses have not been privy to knowing their wrongdoings or their ritualistic abuses, child sex trafficking, child hunting parties, ritualistic murders, drug trafficking, involvement in underground activities in the deep underground military bases, etc. This is why some of us reported on a notable resignation list for 2 years. I said that in 2020. Now they came out with a notable resignation list, like resignations.info. But back then we just had a Excel spreadsheet of a notable resignation list from 2017 to 2020. Many people were on that list under the guise of resignation. We also reported on military tribunals, which began January 2019, and I had seen some of those. Some of us watched military tribunals take place on c-vine.com. The corruption is huge. POTUS, number 45, asked that people not be in crowds. One reason, other than catching the sickness, the CV, is because the deep state New World Order corrupt leaders could attempt to retaliate, since they know that we've been involved in covert operations against them. So be safe. The planet is being cleansed. The corona, virus, is a cover. While it is true that the deep state global New World Order elites created this virus and attempted to infect the masses, Trump and the Global Alliance co opted the operation and used it as a cover to arrest global elites, including the Pope and the unroyal Holy Family, politicians, and Hollywood elites. The mainstream media will announce that folks came down with this CV, with a virus, I said. Actually, they've been arrested. Some have been at Guantanamo Bay for a while, actually. At some point, an announcement will be made. Interestingly enough, the announcement came the day after this was published, but I have been saying this for a while. Remain calm and be stocked up. Those people who don't have food and supplies will have an opportunity to get it from their neighbors or the military, because troops will likely be on the ground. To number one, make arrests, and to number two, keep everybody calm, and a curfew may be implemented, Dr. Pruitt stated. We were instructed also that a new monetary policy and monetary policies and our new gold-backed system will be implemented, and trillions of dollars injected into the global economy after global mass arrests. Otherwise, these nefarious beings would have once again stolen our wealth and re-empowered themselves. So it has to happen after the mass arrest. Soon the republic, our lawful government, will be restored, and constitutional law will be restored as well. Be encouraged. Things are finally getting better for humanity, she states. I stated. What an exciting time to be alive. Soon we will enjoy the benefits of NESARA-GESARA and our sovereignty. And finally, our planetary peace and prosperity will be reinstated. Be well. And that's what I said in 2020, and that's what I'm saying today. Be prepared, be stocked up, because not only do you have mayhem going on in DC, but you have a rise going back up with CV cases, the virus. Allegedly, the numbers are going back up exponentially. So we don't know if that's true or not, but we do know that they're going to say something in order to usher in the emergency broadcast system announcement. And I hope this is it. Speaking of NESARA, I said all this has to happen before NESARA is announced. But speaking of NESARA, early this morning, I did post a video on what the NESARA benefits are. So the National Economic Security and Reformation Act is something that was passed into law in 2000 to usher in a debt jubilee where all debts will be wiped away all across the planet. And what else? I'm trying to get to that video. And NESARA will get rid of the three-letter agencies like the CIA, FBI, IRS, etc. And we will have trillions of dollars put into the global economy for humanitarian projects, as well as we will have a revaluation of currencies so that people that have foreign currencies can get a nice, beautiful, amazing exchange rate on all their currencies, and they use that money to help themselves and their family members and to create humanitarian projects. So I'm at my channel right now, and for some reason, of course, I'm having a hard time getting to that NESARA video. I tell you, I just don't know what to think. Just been having a hard time with even my new YouTube channel. So go to my YouTube video, my YouTube channel, and you will see. Let me see if I can do it another way. Yes. To go to my YouTube channel, it's not on the live section. We're live now, and I'm surprised. Usually you can't go live on YouTube unless you have 1,000 subscribers. However, I'm streaming from StreamYard. So with StreamYard, I can connect YouTube to StreamYard and go live. So that's a blessing. God is working it out. So I can see the good in the bad. I can see a silver lining behind the dark cloud. So even though they took down my YouTube channel, I'm grateful I can go live on the other one by just connecting YouTube to StreamYard, which is a streaming platform. So I have 660 people that have subscribed to the channel. Can you get those numbers up for me, family? Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and send it out to anybody you think this could help. So this is the live section of my channel, and it's just Dr. Kia Pruitt. My handle, though, is the @ Dr. Kia Pruitt Official. But if you go to the videos, you'll see that I have a video out that I put up this morning. I went live on Rumble, YouTube, and Twitter and talked about the benefits of NESARA. And then I downloaded that video and uploaded it onto my YouTube channel. So let me show you what it looks like, because I really want you to know what the benefits of NESARA are as you prepare for whatever's to come. Know that there's something beautiful and amazing on the other side. Benefits of NESARA: Jubilee. It should be cancellation of debts and trillions of dollars ejected into the global economy. So here are the benefits. Zero out all credit card, mortgages, and other bank debts due to illegal banking practices. Number 2, abolish the income taxes. Number 3, abolish the IRS. Number 4, increases benefits to senior citizens. Number 5, returns constitutional law to all courts and lawful matters. Number 6, establishes new presidential and congressional activities or elections within 120 days after the NESARA announcement. Number 7, monitors elections and prevents illegal election activities of special interest groups. Number 8, creates new United States Treasury notes called rainbow currencies that's backed by gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. Number 9, initiates new United States Treasury banking system in alignment with constitutional law and its new banking system many are calling the quantum financial system. Number 10, NESARA and GESARA will eliminate the Federal Reserve System completely. Number 11, NESARA-GESARA will restore financial freedom here in America and abroad. Number 12, it will return all judges and attorneys to retrain them in constitutional law. Number 12 is retrain them in the constitutional law. Number 13, NESARA and GESARA will cease all aggressive United States government military actions worldwide. Number 14, we will establish world peace on the entire globe throughout the world in all nations, according to NESARA and GESARA. Number 15, initiate first phase of worldwide prosperity distribution of vast wealth, which has been accumulating for many decades, but the farmers must be paid first. Number 16, we will release enormous sums of money for humanitarian efforts and purposes. Number 17, it enables the NESARA-GESARA Act enables the release of new technologies such as free energy devices, pollution cleanup, and sonic healing machines. Number 18, we will reduce the work week from 40 hours a week of working to 20 hours per week. And finally, NESARA-GESARA will give everybody on the planet that's over the age of 21 a monthly stipend that many are calling universal basic income, and that will be several thousands of dollars per month, but not to for several thousands of dollars per month over a course of 11 years in a non-interest bearing account, and that likely will not go over the sum total of $20 million. So again, every single person 21 and over will receive, some say 10,000, some say between 10,000 and $100,000 per month for 11 years, or up to $20 million each person into a non-interest bearing account. So watch that video, because I go into each one of these and let you know what it means, what it will look like for us as we go into this new reality. And I go do just a little bit of background of what NESARA-GESARA is, how it came to be, and why we need it. So that's it, family. A lot's going on. Again, people are saying this is Christmas Eve on today. And if that's true, Merry Christmas. So many things can happen between today and tomorrow. So speaking of Christmas, let me show you this video right here that somebody sent about Christmas. And of course, I don't see it. It says something about Christmas. Hold on. Help us on the way. Okay. This is by Yehi Or, somebody on Twitter. It says the night before Christmas, national emergency. The chairs against the wall. 144 down the hall and to the left, emergency alert system. Time to show the world it's the final countdown. 11, 11, 11, 11. House of the rising sun, sooner than you think. So I suppose they're speaking in codes. We do know this is the night before Christmas, according to some people, and I'm not sure what calendar they're using, but if that's true, then we just might have a Christmas in July. And that's all the news that I have for you today, family. However, I do want to look at your comments and see if anybody has any questions. Thank you so much for joining us. I see 381 people in the chat. Like the video, please, and subscribe to my new channel. Dr. Kia Pruitt is still the name of the channel, but my handle is @ symbol, Dr. Kia Pruitt Official. Somebody is supposed to get arrested tonight. BB is supposed to meet with Trump at Marks. I don't understand what that on Thursday. That's tomorrow. The military controls everything. Oh, we expect something to happen tomorrow at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you, Gwen Stone. Somebody says, please relax. Yeah. He's pleading for more money. Who's pleading for more money? Hit the like button, family. There is a warrant for his arrest from the ICC. Who is that, Biden? I love to dance says, thank you, Dr. Kia. You're welcome. Okay, there is a warrant for somebody's arrest. Wow. The World Court told Israel to get out of Palestine. Yes, we reported on that 2 days ago, that the World Court told them to get out of Palestine. It's not on, since they took my YouTube channel down, I don't have it there, but it is on my Rumble account. So make sure you go look at my Rumble account. I think that might have been the video that I did. It says it's celebration time. Biden is 6 feet under. So I'll see if I can find it for you, where the World Court said that the state of Israel must leave Palestine immediately, and that they were unlawfully occupying them, and they had to take everything with them. Any construction, any business they were doing, they had to leave. So it was the World Court that determined they were unlawfully there, and then it was the United Nations that declared they were illegally there. All right. Let me see if you have any more questions or comments. Whose arrest? There's a warrant for whose arrest, family? He is begging for more money, knowing that the Israel state's contract is up and they need to vacate the Palestine land. Oh, maybe you guys are talking about Netanyahu. I just came from the store for beverages. All right. That's what Diamande said. That's right. No fear. We're going to keep our emotions in check. Thank you, Ida. Because we know everything's going to work in our favor. And as Mary Jones says, this is boom week. This is boom week. So something's going to happen. Keep your head on a swivel. Stay strong. Let's keep our emotions in check, family. There may be all type of red flags, black swan events, false flag events. So we have to know that this is something that they do. It's all a show. And you know what? It looked like a show, didn't it? With them screaming and hollering at the protest where thousands were rushing the Capitol. So they probably have people there that are doing peaceful protesting, maybe. But then what they do is, even when you have peaceful protesting, they infiltrate it with Antifa likes and Black Lives Matter likes. Yes, taxes are unlawful. This movie is coming to an end. Thank God, Michael. Yes, sir. Do I think that had anything to do with my channel? What's that? I've been talking about so much that I probably shouldn't have been talking about. I've been talking about the overturning of the Chevron case. I've been talking about John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. every chance I get. I've been talking about the monetary system, the financial system turning for our good, and how the central banking system is being taken down because it's bankrupt, defunct, and insolvent. What else have I been? I've been talking about Israel, and yeah, that could be it. I said Israel was supposed to leave Palestine, and that the World Court had determined that they were there unlawfully. That could be it. That could be it. Fair use. Fair use. This is just for entertainment purposes only. Oh, it's called "Get Out of Palestine" on Rumble. Okay, thank you, American lady. There's a Wells Fargo management site in Salisbury, North Carolina, Jeffrey said. That's awesome. Oh, please go and look at it and see what they're talking about and what they're preparing for. Because I found an article that said that banks as we know it will close, and that many banks will close, and the ones that remain will focus on wealth and wealth management. And I was like, why would banks only focus on wealth unless we're all going to be wealthy? Thank you so much, Jeffrey. That's great intel. I'm glad you got your Bolivar too, your Venezuelan Bolivar too. Yes. Oh, you're in North Carolina at the rally. All right, Jeffrey. Oh my gosh. What is going on? Jeffrey, put in the chat what's going on there. Does it look chaotic or is everything kind of calm? What's going on, Jeffrey? This is strange because Trump posted yesterday at the request of Bibi Netanyahu. We have switched this meeting to Friday, July 26th at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida. He said that on Telegram. Oh, you know what? It's like, you never know what's happening. You don't know if that was really Trump that tweeted that or put that on Telegram, or a Trump double or an agent. So much is going on behind the scenes. Thank you, Tarot by Sherry, because the more that comes out, the better I can put the pieces of the puzzle together to see what's really going on. JB says people have to work. How that many people didn't go to work when times are so expensive. I don't know. During a shutdown, I don't know how we made it, but we did. Gwen Harris says she's been waiting for this to happen. She's been waiting for years, watching all this mayhem go on. Harvetta Lassiter Bay, thank you so much, sister. God bless you. She says Dr. Kia must be telling the truth. I must be, for them to take down all my channels. I've had 4, and a lot of people were like, they were telling me that my 4th channel, this last channel, was growing. The 3rd channel was growing expeditiously. The one they just took down late last night. And they were like, we are the news over here, our soul family, and this channel is blowing up. I was one of the top 50 truthers. But we have a lot of new people that didn't know. I probably had almost 3 times the amount of subscribers 2 years ago or more. A lot of people were saying that my numbers were being suppressed, but we rebuilt our brand. We built back up the numbers, and then they took the channel away in the middle of the night when I was asleep. My goodness. Yes, you got to get your foreign currencies. So, family, that's it. I just wanted to let you know what was going on, that there were protests at the Capitol. These anti-Israel protesters, and they were at a standoff with police. The New York City police sent 200 of their finest cops that were highly trained to come help with what they had anticipated would be mobs and riots, and it looks like that's exactly what they were met with, a bunch of foolishness and shenanigans. If it's all real, it could be staged, but it's happening. And then we heard that busloads of Palestinians came into the Capitol as well, and they began tearing down our flag and putting up their flag because they must want some smoke. A lot of people stand with Palestine, but don't mess with the flag. You must want some smoke. That could bring in the National Guard on the ground and put people in their place, because you just don't do that. Baby Cake says JFK Airport has a huge fire and passengers are being evacuated. Oh my God, so much is going on. But I want to keep my emotions in check. Yes, I'm going to keep my emotions in check. Diamond says, I'm all out of popcorn. I'm all out too, right? This show, movie, whatever you call it, has gone on too long. So stay home and protect your own. Thank you for that. Because I was thinking, dang, I'm supposed to travel for, family and business purposes. But with all this craziness going on, they already grounded the planes once and said there was some type of technology glitch all over the world. I don't know if we need to be traveling right now, family. Jeffrey said he's not gonna miss that. Greetings, baby. Our brother Chief Mac. You got anything you want to say? Oh, Chief, you have to come on and talk to us about what's going on and how we need to protect ourselves because even though they took down my channel, we we still had 700 people in the chat this morning, and right now we have 400 people in the chat. But I didn't alert people that I was going live until the last minute. So I'm streaming from my YouTube channel, the new one. I'm not supposed to be able to do that, but I connected YouTube to StreamYard. You're not supposed to be able to go live unless you have 1,000 subscribers. But we found a loophole. We just connected it to StreamYard. Chief, you have anything you want to say just in preparation for when you're coming on? I know you were going to come on this week. A lot's going on. I don't know if you want to come on this week or next week, but if you want to say something to prepare us for when you do come on and talk about what's going on and how we can protect ourselves, how we can get trust, then you are more than welcome to do that, Chief. I'm going to put this, I'll send this to you, Chief. I'm going to send this in the chat just in case you need to say something as we prepare for the presentation that you're going to do. People were asking this morning about trust. And about the republic being restored, how we can protect ourselves, et cetera, et cetera. So the link is in the chat in case you want it, Chief. You want to come on and say something about how you're going to speak later on this week or next week and how we need to protect ourselves. So Terry Lynn says maybe the extra DC cops are for peacekeepers for the alliance. Lots of people have to be arrested in DC. Absolutely. Diamondo say, tell it. I'm telling it, family. I'm telling it. Oh, somebody see, look, Chief, they want to hear from you. Yes, Chief, Diamonde says. Chief Mac, I can't do no more popcorn. I'm at the rally. Jeffrey Shorts is at the rally. Chief, I sent you the link in the chat if you want to come up. Let's see. Hi, Dr. Kia. There's a way you can save and download your videos after you finish your podcast so you don't lose any. Thank you. Can you tell me how to do that? They are saved on StreamYard. Thank you so much. I do have them saved on StreamYard, but I need, what you call that little thing? The thumb drive to save them on, right? Is that what you're saying? Welcome, Chief.
Greetings, Dr. Kia. Glad to have you back.
Thank you.
Greetings, peace and love to the panel of the people in the comments. You notice that that's some amazing things going to go down because they got so many distractions, guys. So I'm going to come on probably just let's say for set for either Thursday or Friday here, whichever day is the best for you, so that I can talk to people about this new wealth transfer and how to uh, protect your assets, along with anything that means something to you, how to protect them. So I go into detail as much as I can, but I go into too much detail. The details that I would go into is when those of you who are interested in having a foreign grantor's trust, I would go into greater detail when I talk to you guys about it because I just don't want to go into too much details online because you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised about why the rich have trust. And so now the rabbit has the gun and bullets. You don't have to have an attorney when you're paying $10,000 to $15,000 for your trust. But you got to, Chief, I can get these things done for you guys, explain the things to you in detail. So I come on in detail. Let's set it for if you want to Kid Friday.
Okay.
We're not gonna have the notes and everything set up right there for the people. But it's an exciting time to be alive, guys, as Dr. Kia says. And I'm gonna tell you, I've been studying this stuff for the past 10 years. Television doesn't give you the truth. Let's just not let these entities in skin suits, and they come in all colors. They're black, white, Asian, all of that. We, the people, have the power. I have love, honor, and respect for those who have love, honor, and respect for themselves, which means you can give it to others. I don't have no, there are no such thing as a black and white people. I haven't seen a white person walking around look like a crayon. It's a status. I haven't seen a black person walking around here charcoal black. That's the status. So I'm not black and you guys are not white. We are people. We are individuals. We are people with, we are the soul family. So let's come together and love. And our love, honor, and respect toward each other is how we're going to, overcome the wickedness. So let's not let them gaslight us with this so-called they always, and I had known, it was told to me and these people that they were going to try to gaslight so-called black people and white people against each other. Don't fall for it, guys. I'm going to let you know that that so-called lady that the so-called white cop killed, those are actors. Those are crisis actors. It didn't happen. And you look at the so-called family on the news, look how that people don't act like that. You don't want to be on TV when you have a loved one that transitions. You don't want to be a Bible on television. You say, no, we trying to grieve, man, leave us alone. But watch the people, watch how they act. And I've been teaching this stuff for a long time. Crowds, look this up. Crowds on Demand. Crowds on Demand is a company that hires crisis actors for the military industrial complex. They're all behind this. They would stoop that low to try to fool us, but we are waking up. We are the sleeping giants, the dry bone that's collectively coming together as all creeds of people. Don't fall for it. Let's come together in love, honor, and respect. That's so called, but she said, and they stoop so low that she said, I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus. They're trying to pull on the heartstrings of religious people. Don't fall for it. It just don't add up. Don't fall for it. That guy, so-called cop who played the cop, he's not even the police. If you try to pull up that information on these people, they don't exist, guys. I'm telling you. Don't fall for it. It's called, I've been telling you guys, to study social engineering, psychological warfare, control opposition, numerology, Freemason numerology, gematria, and the law of reversal. Then you'll know it becomes hard. And in Operation Mockingbird, they told you that the TV was made to deceive the people, guys. We got to be smart, guys. Don't let them gaslight us. They're trying to gaslight us because they don't want us to know that our Republican and the power to the people is coming back. They want us to put us against each other. We'll be fighting, arguing. We're stressed out. We're perplexed. We're worried. And all of that negative energy is how, whether it's bad news or good news, as long as they get us focused on it. I don't care about these celebrities. I don't care what happened. I don't care about politics because politics is politics. It's nothing but political theater for me. I know the power is always supposed to be in the hands of the majority, not the few. Because when the few get it, they misuse it. So I'm gonna come out, guys. On Friday, I'll give you guys the information, the scoop. For those of you, if you know what I know, you need to have a trust. If you know what I know. So I'm gonna come with more details Friday, Dr. Kia.
Yes.
I'm glad to have you back.
Thank
You're gonna
you.
share the information. Thanks for you giving us something that a lot of people are not giving us on social media. So I would advise the people, if you can, guys, let's really bless the sister, guys. Let's really try to pour into us. We don't have a lot of people like that. God, don't drain the sister and not get back into it. Don't let people handle her like that, guys. Let's pour into the sister right here. That's not many people that's giving us an intellectual and a viewpoint of what's going on and happening. Let's take care of this sister, man. So when she give, let's pour back into us. So she should be on here and shouldn't have to beg and ask, God. We should be able to pour into us. If she's pouring into us, let's pour back into the sister, guys.
Thank you, Chief. I really appreciate you. And I appreciate everybody that has blessed me. Sometimes it is a little humbling to put it up, but it is a lot of work that we do with the research, Chief, studying, reading, listening to different intel, listen to different video, because you do the research as well. It's a lot of work.
Yes, ma'am. It's a lot of pouring out in your soul. It's draining when you people don't realize it's draining when you come on here and you go live like that. It's actually you're pouring your energy and people will pull it from you. So people would expect you to do things for them and pull from you, but they're not willing to give back. As to give to if you want to receive something, you got to be willing to give something, whether it's sweat equity or anything. To receive something, don't come with empty hands.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Chief. Thank you.
You're
And some
welcome.
people did give a blessing on last night while I was sleeping. In fact, I was out this afternoon at brunch with my daughter. I was like, "You hear that?" She's like, "What?" I said, People are sending me Cash App." I was so happy because I was spending like the last night I had to celebrate my daughter, do something for her and just
Right.
to have a lunch and her and the grandbabies. So I'm so grateful for what the Soul family does. It's a blessing. YouTube took, when they take away your channel, that's your money. That's how I
No
was
doubt.
making money. So there it goes. There it went. But I'm very grateful for the people who gave. And if you do want to support my work, my cat, you may send a financial blessing to Cash App, $ Mama Kia 13. That's $ MAMAKIA 13. So having said that, Chief, I'm so grateful for you. You taught me a lot through the years. Actually, we've been friends. And I look forward to Friday. I'm thinking maybe Friday evening, more people will be available, but I guess you and I can talk and see what works best.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Chief.
You're welcome.
That's the first time I heard about the advocacy website, Crowds on Demand. First time I ever
Yeah,
heard.
look up crowds on the. I got a lot of and see, and I may go over this Friday, and everybody have your pen and paper because I'm going to take you on a journey. So I'm going to give you all the scoops and everything to look up crowds on demand, so you'll realize that they hired the crisis actors. They got the uniforms, the fake uniforms. They got the. I mean, it's an endless amount of money. So the people you see in Chicago, those are crisis actors. Crisis actors. You want to know how all these people that's not working, they pay people really, really good. It's the military industrial complex. They're doing this. It's more jobs. They pay people for a month. They may pay you 15,000 for a month.
Mm,
When the in 2020 when the so-called Black Lives Matter was here in Atlanta, Georgia, I was
mm,
down there investigating. I
mm,
saw that they had fresh, brand new bricks out there for them people that came into our cities to bust out windows downtown, and I saw that they were being protected. They were trust fund babies.
mm, mm,
And I saw this with my own eyes. I saw, and these people knew that I knew what was going on, so I was really watching. And so they brought them in to bust out windows, and they wanted the people in the inner city of Atlanta for us to take the rap for doing this, but we were on it. We
ah,
know that there were people coming in who were paid to bust out windows and riot downtown, and these people were protected, guys. We're not dumb.
mhm, mhm.
So yeah.
I saw the same thing happen in Louisville, Kentucky. People came from, but they didn't make any bones about it. They came from California. How do you come from the West Coast? And guess what, Chief? We even had actors that come from Hollywood and from Atlanta, like the housewives, those housewife people. Those people.
I know that, and just so people know that Crump guy that's in us for that. What's that lady name? Anytime you see that Crump guy, that dark skinned
That
raisin looking
attorney,
guy,
that was he?
attorney attorney Crump,
Yeah.
he is an actor.
Mm, mm,
He is an actor. He's the new Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. That man is just an actor.
wow.
He's an
Wow.
actor. He did a movie about 3 years ago when he played an attorney in a movie. He's
Yeah.
just an actor, just like the O.J. Simpson trial people. That was the O.J. Simpson case. Did nobody die? All that was stage. It was staged. He had crisis actors, all the blood, the knife, the glove, all that. A lot of those attorneys were actors, guys. Let's wake up. Stop
Mm,
falling for it.
mm,
Those attorneys who played this attorney, they played in movies.
mm.
All you
Wow.
gotta do is just do a little bit of research, guys. I'm deep into this thing. I'm deep into it.
Mm,
Let's stay focused. We need to get ourselves set up as far as in private banking. So when these funds do come, you're set up in a way where you know that your funds are protected. That's what we need to be worried about. That Protect ourselves, stay prayerful, let's stay covering each other and lifting each other up, guys. That's where the focus need to be. They're gonna give a lot more signs. We had already known that the month of July they would come up with the BS. We knew that. I was saying it. I don't get paid. I never did put this in. I've been putting this information out for years and never really asked somebody for a dime and didn't even think. And they would pay me through social media, any platform, because I put out too much truth.
Yeah.
But the Most High Grace is going to make a way for us all. We just got to stay connected to each other, love each other, guys. So, Dr. Pruitt, you're doing a great thing. I'm glad you're back on.
Thank you so much, Chief. I appreciate you. We love you so much. And people in the chat are saying thank you. They appreciate it. We'll see you on Friday. We'll come back. Yes, sir. And we'll come back, family. We'll let you know what time he'll be here Friday to tell us about the trust and how we can protect ourselves through private trust and do estate planning to protect our wealth when when the money comes, because you don't want it to go through your fingers as quickly as it comes. So I think that's about it, family. I'm going to show you my YouTube channel. I do have a new YouTube channel. My new handle is at Dr. Kia Pruitt Official. But you probably still could just type in Dr. Kia Pruitt. For some reason, I'm having a hard time going to it. I don't even know what to say, Chief. I've been having problems really for years, but now, especially right now with all this stuff going on. So I can't even bring up my YouTube channel, but you guys see it. Some of you are on YouTube right now. We love you. And anything else, Chief? Any final words? I think he's gone. Somebody just switched over from Rumble. Please go to my YouTube channel if you're not there and like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and send the video to some of your family members or some of your friends so that we can get the word out and so we can grow the brand or grow the channel back and get this news out to as many people as possible. So anything else anybody wants to say, family? I see you all helping each other out in the chat with knowing where to get some of the foreign currencies. Any additional things we need to bring up? I was able to get to my YouTube channel. This is what it looks like here. See, it says Dr. Kia Pruitt. My handle is the @ DR.KIA official OFFICIAL. The handle again is at Dr. Kia Pruitt Official. And my name is Dr. Kia Pruitt. Here's my channel. We're live right here. We were able to connect it to the StreamYard. So when you look on YouTube, it just says there are 86 people that are live, but here I can see on StreamYard, I have 457 people in the chat. So please hit the like button, family, subscribe to the channel, and it's good to see you all. I love you all so much. Chief, are you still here? I think he left. So I love you all so much. Go out and make this a great day, family. So much is going on. Again, there is some type of protest going on in DC at the Capitol. You have over 200 New York City police officers there. They said New York's finest. They swore in. I showed you to swear in that they would be there between the 23rd and 25th at least. And we know that the police are now in riot gear, and they are saying that the crowd is now violent. The protesters are violent. I'll show you that one more time. They're saying everything is violent right now. Here we are. That's what it looks like.
No justice, no peace.
So Netanyahu is supposed to be addressing Congress right now on today, and you have some anti-Israelite people, Israeli people or Israelite, whatever, anti-Israel people there protesting. And you have Palestinians that just came in by the busload who allegedly are taking down the flag, the American flag, and putting up the Palestinian flag. It is the emergency broadcasting system time. It's time for that. At the same time, we see that there are thousands waiting on President Trump to show up in North Carolina to give a speech, and so much other stuff is going on. But We know that we need to keep our minds, elevated, keep our emotions in check, and know that God is in control. Know that God is in control and everything is working out for our good. So as we find out more information, I'll come back. I'm not getting paid right from YouTube right now, but I still have to do this because it's my mission, it's my purpose, it's my vision. It's like fire shut up in my bones. Do you remember that scripture where Jeremiah was like, it's like fire shut up in my bones? He had to get the message out. That's how I feel like I have to come and let you all know what's going on, because mainstream media is not going to tell us. Who else is going to tell us unless we share the information and the news with each other? So that's it, family. Take care. I hope that we have an emergency broadcast system announcement to happen. They're saying that this is Christmas, but we'll see if we're going to have a true Christmas in July. That's it, family. Take care. We love you so much. Bye-bye. Go out and make this a very great day. Peace. Yes, please subscribe to YouTube. Somebody says, even if you don't watch it. So hi, Jen X. She says, subscribe on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Like the video, please, so that we can get our numbers back up and we can get the information out. That's it, family. Take care. I love you so much. And the family is saying thank you to Chief Mac. I appreciate that. See you tomorrow. If something else doesn't pop off tonight. Bye-bye.